was conducting the proximity operations demonstration. That was NASA astronaut Victor Glover, the pilot of the spacecraft, manually commanding Orion.
For a quick waste dump update.
We'll take it.
Hey, Jams, now we have about 10% of the time we see a full blizzard, and then it dies down to a flurry, and then it picks up to a full blizzard again. It's going about blizzard about once every maybe 30 seconds, but it is very dynamic. It's not just one continual send, but it's beautiful, and we're watching the tank quantity go down, so hopefully it's looking good.
That's super helpful for us to know. Thanks, Reed. We're still watching it.
And Houston integrity, it's not in the procedure, so we just want to double check with, we're going to do this DFTO in DAP mode 2.
Affirm, DAP 2.
Heard some words from Commander Reed Wiseman discussing the wastewater dump currently ongoing. We had a view of that from outside the cabin. We are back inside Orion right now, preparing for the manual piloting demonstration. On the left side of your screen is Canadian Space Agency astronaut Jeremy Hansen, and to his right, NASA astronaut Christina Cook. During this demonstration, the crew will be able to manually pilot Orion once again and test its 6 degree of freedom and 3 degree of freedom. If you look closely in the background, you can see NASA astronaut and pilot Victor Glover filming part of this demonstration. Artemis 2 is MET 3 days, 2 hours, 38 minutes into its flight, and we have just crossed the 2/3 mark on the way to the moon. Now 187,633 miles away from our home planet of Earth, 93,890 miles away from the moon.
All right, and just giving you some handling qualities here for the yaw. Everything was nominal. I noted that with this warp mount, it does have some play in it as we knew, and so just applying some downward force to try and make sure you don't get coupling is required, but that's fine, that's workable. And then we had a little bit of coupling and roll, in both in the same direction on that one. So we had about 4 degrees of roll through the 20 degrees of yaw.
Copy all.
Okay, and we're still just completing the pitch maneuvers, but we're not picking up any coupling for the pitch. and the vehicle is very responsive at nulling out the half degree per second. It's almost instantaneous.
Copy.
Again, the manual piloting demo is beginning aboard the Orion spacecraft, and as the Orbit 1 and 2 teams hand off, I am going to hand off to my friend and colleague, Anna Schneider. She will be carrying through the rest of the manual piloting demo, the rest of the cruise day, and our live stream continues 24/7 on NASA YouTube.
Okay, Houston, for the roll, the only thing I noticed is I had a little coupling in the roll right in yaw, and was able to compensate for that in the roll, or in the roll left. Didn't have any coupling in the yaw. I think we're just getting used to the orb mount here.
Copy all, Jeremy, and we are a minute away from a data rate change. We will have a very brief LOS during that time. I will let you know when we're back with you.
Okay, copy that.
Integrity crew, we're back with you.
Okay, we just finished the 3-DOF maneuvers. The rates all seem the same. The response seemed the same. It is difficult to tell whether you might have some cross-coupling from the RHC or if it's from the vehicle, but we were pretty convinced in the last roll one that the coupling that showed up, which was 4 degrees, was coming from the vehicle and not the RHC.
Copy all, Jeremy. Thank you.
Good evening from Mission Control Houston inside the Artemis Flight Control Room. I'm Anna Schneider with NASA Communications, and the Orbit 2 team of flight controllers has recently come on console and has completed their handover with the Orbit 1 team, who are wrapping up their shift. The Orbit 2 team this evening will be led by NASA Flight Director Diane Daly, and the Capcom or capsule communicator will be Jackie Mahaffey. The crew on board the Orion spacecraft, which you can see.
With the jets intentionally deselected with the left yaw, the rate built up as expected nominally, but it's having a hard time nulling out the rate. So it's almost there now, and we've got 7 degrees of yaw before it nulls the rate.
Copy all. Thank you, Jeremy.
So the vehicle overshot by 7 degrees once it was released from the yaw left, and then it built up very slowly, built up a rate, and it looks like it's trying to take it back to where the RHC was released, but it's overshooting again.
Copy all.
Yeah, and during that maneuver, we haven't maneuvered back to center yet. We developed 5 degrees of roll left and 5 degrees of pitch up. And then when it built up a rate to try and look like it tried to go back to where the RHC was released, it went back to 355 instead of 350. So just to read all that down, we commanded a left yaw until we saw 350 yaw. It went to 343, and then it went back to 355 before it nulled all the rates. And now we'll put one in, and we'll just take it back to 0.
Very good. Thanks, Jeremy.
This is Artemis Mission Control in Houston, Texas. The crew on board the Orion spacecraft named Integrity are currently working through a manual pilot team developmental flight test objective, or DFTO. You can see the crew there on your screen. That's a live look inside the cabin of the Orion spacecraft. On the left-hand side, you can see CSA, or Canadian Space Agency astronaut Jeremy Hansen, and next to him is Christina Cook.
Okay, and now the yaw right is complete, and as expected, took quite a bit of time to build up the rate, but was able to null the rate quickly and accurately.
Copy all.
During this developmental flight test objective, the crew is working to perform several attitude maneuvers